Okay, so here's where we are so far with our Gus animation. We need to get the rigging part working, which is going to be the trickiest part of this whole exercise. And the first thing we're going to do is, well, let's put the 3D cursor down at the bottom here where we want to add the skeleton. I'll hit the Z key, Z buffer, so we can see the outline. And I'll get the 3D cursor aligned just right, back to front view. And I'll click Shift A and add an armature. And you can see our only choice is a single bone. If we have to build the armature from scratch, this is going to take a long time. It'd be much easier if we could add an entire skeleton, which we can do by going to one of the add-ons. So we go File, User Preferences, then we go to Add-ons, the add-on tab along the top, way down to the bottom under Categories, Rigging, scroll back up, and our only option is Rigify. We'll take that, close this, and watch what happens when we hit Shift A now. If we go to Armature, we've got Human Meta Rig, and there it is. And we can scale this up to about the right size, but you can see we've got a problem again because we can't see it. The skeleton is hiding inside of the outline. So what we can do with the skeleton selected is go over here to the Armatures or Object Data button. We don't need skeleton right now. Under Display, click on X-ray. And that will allow us to see the skeleton. And that is pretty close to the right size, but we're going to have to do some tweaking here. What I'm going to do first is go hit Tab and just watch the left-hand column, the Object Tools. When I hit Tab, we can see the specific armature tools. And what we want to do is click on X-axis mirror. The reason we want to do that is whatever we do on one side, we'd like to have happen on the other side automatically. That'll save us a bit of time. Shift middle mouse, scroll in a bit, and I'm going to select just one or two bones here. And what I'm going to do is delete them because we don't need all these bones. I'm going to get rid of that heel bone. I'll get rid of the one down here, and and I'll get rid of the toe bone as well too. And we'll leave what we've got there. The foot may come in handy. Okay, we'll back up a bit. I'm going to grab that and just move it out. We need to click right on the bone itself. There we go. Then we can move it over, drag it down a bit. And I'm going to reposition the knee to exactly where I think I'd like to have it. And you can see it's happening in both axes, which is handy. That looks pretty good. The hips should be set to the top of the leg, right about there. This can be brought down a little bit. And get the arms. Actually, you can see we've got a pretty complex hand there, which we don't need for our model. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to use the B key to get rid of most of the skeleton. And if you hold the Shift, I've got one selected I don't want to select. There we go. If you just click it again, then it will unselect it. And it looks like we've got a bit of a hand there, which could be handy. Okay, let's grab the hand, click right on the bone, grab it, maybe rotate it a bit. Get the elbow. Finally our shoulder, which is offset a fair bit from where we'd expect in a normal skeleton. G key to move this out. Finally we're onto the head. It's going pretty quickly. G key again. Maybe lift this up just slightly. Okay, we're almost there. Last thing we need to do, one of the last things we need to do to get the skeleton to work. Actually, let's just check it before we get there. We'll go to top view. I'm glad I did this because you can see this elbow needs to be moved in a little bit, possibly the hand as well too. We'll just straighten this out a bit. I should have selected the bone. I'll just rotate now and that'll straighten it out. Side view 3 in the number pad. We'll get the knee set properly. And I think we've got it done. That's our tailbone. We can leave that sticking out a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think we've done a pretty good job here. So, the last step I was talking about, we're going to select. I hit the Tab key to go to object mode. I'm going to right click on the gingerbread man, then Shift right click to select the skeleton. And what that should do is select the skeleton last so that it will become the object of parenting. In other words, we're going to parent the gingerbread man to the skeleton. And if you hold the control button and hit P, control P, it'll bring up a menu, set parent to, and we want with automatic weights. And if we've done this right, by selecting the skeleton now, control tab will put us in pose mode, and we should be able to animate our character now. And I'm hitting R for rotate. And it looks pretty good.